Hello and welcome to Daughters of Cambodia. Through your continued support, we have seen incredible growth and long-term change in the lives of those affected by sex trafficking, sex exploitation and sexual slavery in Cambodia. After 6 years developing our model and operating businesses to provide skills and jobs, we now have 7 sustainable businesses, including 2 cafes, a boutique, a spa, 3 production workshops, and a small new guest house which we are soon going to open. And we are still expanding our services. In 2010, Daughters started a new program to reach those caught up in a different form of slavery. After hearing about the plight of male transsexual sex workers, known as ladyboys, we responded and Sons of Cambodia was launched. Our goal is to empower these ladyboys to live free of the sex industry in ways that enhance their quality of life and value as human beings. We have grown, we see lives change continually, and I want to invite you to learn more about our journey and how you can be involved. Daughters works with girls trapped in the sex industry in Cambodia and empowers them to leave and start a new life. We started Daughters in 2007, going into brothels and building relationship with girls. We asked them whether they wanted to leave sex work, and the overwhelming response was that they did not want or choose to be sex workers, but had to support their families and were unable to leave without a different job. We opened a day centre in a red light area of Phnom Penh and invited girls from the brothels who wanted to start a new life. Girls began to come to our centre straight away to take part in our programs, but they were still obliged to do sex work at nights. We opened our first small business, the sewing room, and offered girls a fair trade salary with on-the-job training in sewing skills. We made home furnishings and accessories. Straight away, girls began to leave the brothels to join Daughters full-time. Within 6 months, we had 25 girls working full-time at Daughters. Now we help around 100 new girls each year to exit the sex industry. We are not a shelter, but we facilitate girls' exit from the sex industry by providing resources and programs that enable them to set themselves free and sustain healthy choices for their own lives that are tailored to their needs, but that avoid NGO dependence. Our approach is to empower the girls to change their own lives by giving them tools and skills to do so. We offer a job in one of our fair trade businesses, along with medical treatment, counselling and social work, educational opportunities and creative classes. The job is crucial in enabling girls to walk free, since the girls are trafficked because their families demand financial support from them. We currently have several small fair trade businesses. The sewing room is the biggest business, where we use eco-friendly cottons that are 100% naturally dyed by a local fair trade producer. We make home furnishings, fashion accessories and clothing, which we sell in Cambodia and overseas. We have a silk screen printing business where we make t-shirts and other screen printed products. We make jewellery using local natural resources. We have a cafe, which is called Sugar and Spice, where we train girls in cooking, waitressing skills, customer service skills and English. They can graduate on from here to work in top hotels and restaurants. We have a visitor centre, which is located in downtown Phnom Penh. The visitor centre houses 3 of our businesses: the cafe, a boutique where we sell the beautiful products made at Daughters, and a spa where we specialise in hand, foot, head and shoulder treatments for women. Our businesses are fair trade, with higher salaries than they would earn in other comparable businesses, and good working conditions, along with many free supplementary services built into the working day. Our approach aims at moving away from NGO dependence and institutional models. The girls do not live at Daughters by their own choice. They do not want to live in a shelter because of the loss of dignity and the loss of their existing social support structures. The girls who come to Daughters live independently in the community, where they are supported and taught healthy domestic living by our social work team. Our aim is to achieve sustainable outcomes, making a real and lasting difference in girls' lives. Our approach is that we are equipping them to solve their own problems within their own cultural and social contexts, so the changes are resilient, internal and sustained. Our social service programs enable psychological and social recovery. We We have lots of creative programs such as music, art, photography classes, dance classes, and design classes. They provide an outlet for creative expression, to facilitate emotional healing, and to boost self-confidence and self-esteem. We have art therapy and counseling services to enable psychological recovery, to enable girls to process their trauma and psychological difficulties. We have a social services team that conducts home visits to give girls domestic support and help. We have a medical clinic where girls can be treated for general conditions and an antenatal clinic for pregnant girls. We have educational programs. These include literacy, but also life skills workshops, which teach girls skills in healthy living, socially, psychologically, and physically. The workshops are important in giving girls skills and tools to apply to their domestic daily lives. Topics include human rights, conflict resolution, domestic violence prevention, parenting skills, HIV prevention, safety skills, and budgeting skills. The average age of our clients is 15 up to mid-20s. Most of them are Cambodian. They have low education and they come from dysfunctional families who live off their earnings and who have usually sold them in the first place. As sex workers, they are highly marginalized and suffer great stigma in the community. Usually, they cannot get legally married or find another job. However, many of our clients report that when they start working at Daughters, their status in the community reverses, that it is redeemable, and that those who previously despised them begin to praise them for changing their lives. Girls who have been at Daughters for more than 2 years are encouraged into our exit program, in which our social work team make a tailored plan for each girl to enable the girl to successfully graduate from Daughters. 98% of girls who pass through Daughters do not return to the sex industry. My goal for Daughters is that it can become self-sustaining through its own businesses and run as a cooperative which is client-led but supported by skilled foreign volunteers. I would like more centres to spring up from this model. The effect would be to multiply the number of girls able to exit the sex industry so that the sex industry goes into decline rather than growth. The outcome I want to achieve is that every girl is able to sustain for the long term her choice to leave the sex industry because of the empowering, equipping and nurture that she has received at Daughters. I want our model to enable girls to successfully graduate from Daughters and be able to live healthy and happy independent lives, achieving psychological and social quality of life.
In the karaoke bar, I welcome the customer standing in a line with another girl. The customer looked me up and down from my toes to my head before deciding whether they would choose me. If a customer didn't choose me, he would say and do bad things to me, such as throwing the alcohol at my body. I saw many girls there being threatened with a gun or hit by the customer in order to force them to go to the guest house with the customer. I feel like I was the game for the customer to play. When he needed me, he took me to play, and when he didn't need me, he threw me away. I feel different to other people. I feel small. I was beautiful, it's true, but my value was small. Other people had education and a good life with value. I feel like was too hard because I had no value. At night, I used to sweat all over and experience great fear, and I could not breathe. I want to kill myself. Since I started to work at Dora, this feeling has reversed. I know I have self-worth and people don't look down on me. I feel happy and valued. Before, I earn a lot of money, and at Dora, I get less. But here, no one look down on me, and I feel peace in my heart. Nobody say bad thing to me. I would like to help other sex workers to stop their lifestyle and change their life. This is my plan. I want to be a counselor.
Until 2010, we worked exclusively with female sex workers, but increasing awareness of the plight of male transsexual sex workers in Cambodia prompted us to extend our program to include Sons of Cambodia. Known as ladyboys, these young men dress as women and sell their bodies to male customers. In Cambodian culture, they are marginalized and ostracized in an extreme way. In 2011, we started 2 businesses under Sons of Cambodia, in which we employ the ladyboys. These are our screen print workshop and our wood workshop. All of our businesses are sustainable and several are profitable. Our visitor centre was turning a profit within 3 months of opening and won an award in the first year of opening. At Daughters, we desire to see an increase of young women and young men from the sex industry experiencing freedom by expanding to new areas of Cambodia and beyond to other countries in the region where sex trafficking is rife. We can only continue to do this through your support and assistance. We need people who will give of their time, skills and money, and people who will pray for us in the difficulties and stresses of our work with these precious human beings. So please continue to journey with us.